Okay, let's be real. We've all been thrown into the deep end of e-learning lately. But what if the real secret to making it work has almost nothing to do with the technology itself? What if the key to success is something we've been completely overlooking? Well, today we're going to find out.
I mean, this is the big question, right? For students, for teachers, for whole universities. Figuring out how to make online learning more than just a weak substitute for the classroom is the multi-billion-dollar enigma we're cracking open today.
We all kind of know the deal with e-learning. On one hand, you get the incredible freedom to learn from anywhere with amazing tech at your fingertips. But on the other hand, you lose that buzz of a real classroom, that easy connection with your peers. The potential is huge, but so are the pitfalls. So how do we get this right?
To get past the guesswork, we need some cold, hard data. And that's exactly why we're diving into this really fascinating study out of Jordan that tried to crack the code of what makes e-learning actually succeed.
So here's the case file. The researchers, led by Omar Wasif Hijazin, didn't just poll random people. No, they went straight to the experts. 269 university faculty members, every single one of them with a PhD, across 6 different universities. So we're getting a super credible, on-the-ground perspective here.
And the problem they were digging into is one every single university on the planet has been wrestling with. Making that jump from a traditional face-to-face teaching model to an effective e-learning system, well, it's a massive challenge. You can't just upload a few PDFs and call it a day. It demands a whole new way of thinking.
The researchers had a hunch that there were 3 key ingredients at play, 3 variables that were absolutely crucial to success. They even built a model to test how they all fit together. So let's take a look at what they were.
Okay, first up, e-learning requirements. Now, this is so much more than just having a fast laptop. The study defines this as the whole shebang. Having the right hardware and software is critical, sure, but just as important is the personal training so that the faculty and the students actually know how to use all those fancy tools.
The second factor is the end goal itself, quality of education outcomes. This is the bottom line, right? It's the whole point of education. Is the university actually succeeding in preparing its students for the real-world job market? That is the ultimate measure of whether any of this is working.
So here's the model the researchers came up with. On the surface, it seems simple. They figured that having the right e-learning requirements would lead to better education outcomes. But they had a strong suspicion that there was a missing piece to this puzzle, a hidden link that connected the two and made the whole system fire on all cylinders.
And boom, here it is. The suspected missing link was top management support. And we're not just talking about a memo from the dean saying e-learning is great. No, this means an active, hands-on role. Leadership setting clear goals, empowering their people, and, this is key, providing all the money, tech, and information needed to actually get the job done. It's about leadership walking the walk.
Okay, so the theory was in place. Now, it was time to test it. The researchers surveyed those 269 professors to see if the real-world data backed up their model. It's time to follow the evidence.
So first, who exactly did they talk to? You can see the gender split here, mostly male faculty, but the most important thing to remember is that every single person who answered had a PhD. We are hearing from the absolute top of the academic field.
And check this out. The data on leadership support was really telling. When asked about the incentives, both financial and otherwise, that management provided, the faculty gave an average score of 4.35 out of 5. That is incredibly high. It tells us they felt genuinely supported from the top.
Now, this table, this is the smoking gun. That column labeled T-SIG tells us if the connections they suspected are actually real. All you need to know is that any number below 0.05 means the link is statistically significant. It is not just a fluke. And look at this. Every single path is confirmed. The link from the tools to the final outcomes, confirmed. The link from the tools to management support, confirmed. And that crucial hidden link from management support to the outcomes, also confirmed. This is the proof. Their theory was dead on.
So what does this all mean when you put it together? The verdict is crystal clear. The secret sauce to great e-learning isn't just about buying the fanciest software, it's about who is leading the charge.
Here's the big takeaway in one sentence. All the best tech and training in the world will only work if it's backed by strong, active leadership. Management is the essential bridge that connects the investment you make in the tools to the results you actually get.
So this gives us a really clear pathway to success. Step 1, you provide the right resources, the tech and the training. But you can't stop there. Step 2, and this is the critical one, leadership has to actively support and empower the faculty to use those resources. And only then do you get to step 3, achieving those high-quality outcomes for students.
You know, the study's authors really said it best in their final conclusion. They recommended to, and I quote, empower faculty members and equip them with the needed requirements for better learning outcomes. The key words there are empower and equip. You absolutely need both.
So the next time you're thinking about how to make e-learning better, whether it's at your school or your company, just remember this study. It's not just about the tech, it's about the leadership. So you have to ask yourself, is your leadership the missing link?